I just got a Blu-ray player today.
Oh my god. Are you gonna play the Shrek DVDs on it?
Oh, well, yeah, okay, yes. I got it for Film to Watch With Me episodes, so in case I ever need footage, I could just get the Blu-ray and rip it off and then put it into the videos. Fair use companies, don't sue me, fuck off, alright? I'm reviewing it, so it's okay. I think. I don't actually know. I'm gonna say it's okay, though, to make the podcast simpler.
I'm gonna say it is.
See, the big selling point was that it said you just need to plug it into the Mac, it'll be fine. And I edit all my videos on the Mac, so I was like, sick, I don't need to worry about it then. No, this is a PSA. Do not buy Macintosh computers, because...
Jackintosh computers.
Do not buy Jackintosh computers.
The British.
So fucking annoying.
British.
You can't just plug in a Blu-ray player and play a Blu-ray. You have to do some bullshit or buy another software just to do it. I don't want to buy another software. This fucking thing cost me £130.
Jackintosh computers be like, oui, oui, je m'appelle.
It's just so annoying. Apple, fuck you. Don't buy Macs. Don't buy Macs.
Actually, do buy Macs. An Apple podcast for you saying "fuck you, Apple."
Fuck you, Apple.
Yeah.
No, Mac. It's so annoying because Macs are so good for work, and then I need a specific thing for my work though, and Apple's just like.
Macs are Macs are so shit. If you want a game.
All right, we got the title for the podcast. Apple betrayed me.
No, I could do like an Apple tech YouTuber thing where it's like, and I say this fully well knowing that I watch a lot of these YouTubers, but they'll be like holding like a Mac product and then like face palming and it's like, why did I do this? That's me. That's gonna be me in the future. I'm gonna become a tech YouTuber like Linus.
That's gonna be me with the Jackintosh computer. I promise I'm gonna stop being French for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, please never speak French again. I would appreciate it. All right.
Ooh, you're so scared of French people. Ooh.
Hey, welcome to the next episode of Signal Received, a February edition.
Yeah.
Fucking Valentine's Day and shit.
Yeah, I'm my favorite holiday.
My least favorite white people holiday. I am what?
Shut up, Jack. You don't like Valentine's Day because you get no bitches.
True.
I get tons of bitches. I have
bitches for this Valentine's Day for once.
My name is Jack. I'm your host. I like Alvin and the Chipmunks Double Trouble pack on Blu-ray.
That's not a gender.
Oh god.
When we're done recording this, can I please get like just a single clip of that exact moment?
You know what? That's gonna be the advertisement for the episode.
Yeah,
that specific
just a
clip.
Fucking animated
Hey,
advertisement.
we're talking about behind the scenes shit. We're talking about Jess, you introduce yourself, and then the new host can introduce herself after you.
Alrighty, hi, I'm Jess. They, them. I am here for the third time. I'm trying so hard to contain myself right now.
It's not been another year since another 2 years. I thought you were gonna have to wait another, maybe even a decade just to be on the podcast again, but hey, here you are.
Yeah, so cool.
Alright, Bonnie, you're up.
Hello, my name is Bonnie Mystic, and the things I love. I am a massive Marvel fan, for example. That's something I love.
Lose it.
I know, right?
Sick, dude.
Yeah, sick, dude.
Yeah, talking
Yeah.
about Valentine's Day. This segues actually perfectly into the story I wanted to tell. So I hope you
Yeah.
guys didn't want to say anything, tell any of your stories first.
No, I don't have a story for Valentine's Day.
Damn.
I wish
I
I
was
did.
just
You know
gonna
what?
say,
I have something, but you should say your thing first, because mine's kind of weird.
Okay. I'm gonna have to decide whether to keep that in the podcast then. I like the idea of like Jess telling their story and it being really fucked up and just like a long censor. So if that's the case, future editor Jack, keep that in mind. So, Valentine's Day. Girlfriend. My girlfriend, who I like quite a lot to love, even. I've had this story, like, in my notes for a long time, just because, like, I think it's kind of funny. And I don't know if I've told either of you, but I did try to tell as few people as possible when it happened, even though I thought it was fucking hilarious. I also got consent from her to say it, so hey.
So
love
cool.
you, Hoot. Love
That's good.
you, don't
I love
kill
her
me.
too.
Pardon?
I love her 3.
Yeah, shout out to Hoot. But I'm like a really terrible boyfriend. Me and her went to my college friend's house one night, with the sole purpose of like, yeah, we can do some drinking. That sounds fun. Because I'm like not the type of person to hang out with other friends in person. I'm more of like, I'm that sad virgin, lonely gamer type of person where I'm like, yeah, I could go out and hang out with people, or I can call my friends on Discord and play Minecraft or Terraria or some shit. So I don't do this often, and I didn't drink that much because I'm also a pussy. I mean, I don't drink that much. My girlfriend, however, she like, you know, she likes the bevy, which is awesome. Love that.
Amazing.
Yeah. Basically, I just too long didn't read for that whole situation. Like, yeah, we drank a little bit. It was fun. Hoot a bit more than me. When we got home that night, we like stayed up for a bit. She like came down from the fucking alcohol. She sobered up. We went to bed like an hour after we stopped drinking. I wake up at 3 a.m. to her walking back into our bedroom and her staring at me saying like, I threw up. And
That's so sad.
oh yeah, it was really sad. And my response makes it worse. Are you guys ready to think of me as like the biggest asshole on the planet?
Oh, don't worry.
Absolutely.
I'm already there.
So for those who don't know, I have this small little phobia of vomit called a metaphobia, where if I feel sick or if somebody's being sick next to me or anything like that, I'm gonna be like, my brain is always ready to just book it. My girlfriend's cat, Snowy, he throws up quite a bit, and every time he's in the room, I'm kind of like, okay, but is he about to vomit on the floor? And one time when he did, I just, like, I knew he was about to, and my fight or flight took over me, and I fucking booked it. So, which leads to this, where my girlfriend has come back into our bedroom, looks at me, said, I threw up. My half awake, half asleep, dazed ass opened my eyes, looked her in the eyes, and said, I'm trying to sleep right now.
Wow.
Oh my god.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I can't believe you treated her like that. I could probably treat Jack's girlfriend better than
no.
anyone.
Same.
Are you saying you're gonna... What?
Listen.
Fuck
I'm
off.
gonna steal your girlfriend.
Yeah,
No.
Exactly.
No, not again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it here on the podcast too.
On the fucking podcast.
I'm
Jess
messaging
is
her
like,
right
yo.
now.
Jess is like, yo, Hoot, hit me up.
No, I have bitches. I don't need any more.
I just want to
I can
say
take
as
some.
well that when I I had to ask her, like, hey, can I tell this story on the podcast? Oh, wait, no, shit, sorry, I'm not done, actually. After that, so, for, like, again, through the night, she would, like, get up and fucking just vomit. One time, I heard her, and I could, after she came in the first time, and I said, I'm trying to sleep, I couldn't go back to sleep, because, like, it sets into my head, like, wow, you're an asshole!
Yeah.
And I couldn't sleep, and so, later on, when she was throwing up again, I walked into the bathroom, and I said, hey. She was like hunched over the toilet and looked at me and said, oh, so you care now? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now,
God.
keep that whole story in mind of me being a terrible both boyfriend and human being. When I tell you
person to work
that
with.
I asked her if I could tell this story on the podcast right after she said, oh, by the way, I bought you a copy of Wii Sports and Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
like literally, she was like, hey, I got you this. I was like, oh, sick. By the way, can I tell this story on the podcast of how I was a fucking asshole?
Wow.
And here we are now. That happened like, oh fuck, that must have been nearly 10 months ago now. So it's been a hot minute. I've been waiting to tell this story for a long time. I've got a lot of other stories ready to go. So if we run out of stories, I got one more big one. I've been waiting. I got one more big one. I've been having cook. Hold on, my words. I've been cooking up for the last like fucking 5 years.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's
Breaking Bad.
Cooking meth, Breaking Bad, Cooking Mama, Breaking Bad.
What?
I don't know. I'm really tired.
Me too.
This is the fucking sleep deprived episode. You guys haven't done anything worse than that, right?
No. I haven't been able to keep a fucking partner for God knows how long.
Yeah, no. Even when
So
I had a partner, I wouldn't do that. No.
You wouldn't do that?
I wouldn't, no.
So I'm the asshole?
No, because I've never been in an IRL relationship.
Am I the asshole?
Yeah, you should definitely put it on there. That's a joke. Don't use Reddit.
Don't use Reddit. It removed my bitches. I joined Reddit and the police came to my house and said, "Sir, do you have any bitches in this apartment?" And I said, "Yeah, like 4." And then they got removed.
They handed all your bitches over to me because they knew I could treat those bitches better.
Are my wives okay?
No, I have them too.
What?
What? Did you say are my wives okay?
Yeah.
I thought your wives were separate from your bitches for a moment. God, I'm tired. It's not funny. I'm so tired.
So am I. This segment's getting fucking
sleep-deprived people.
Yo, instead of us trying to think of more shitty things to say, let's just ask about about Bonnie's story.
My story? Oh, my story is a fun story. Just like yours, it contains assholes, only that I wasn't the asshole in this story.
Okay.
No offense.
Alright, well, nice for you to bring that up again.
You're welcome. Anyways, so my story goes back to when I was still in school. So one of my favorite subjects that we would have in school is arts and crafts. I had basically 2 favorite ones. It was English class, since I'm not English isn't my first language, but I always loved English, and then arts and crafts. Now my story is specifically towards arts and crafts. So since a young age, I kind of used drawing as a way to escape the world. So if I was sad or bullied, I'd draw a lot, and then when life was going somewhat good, I wouldn't draw as much, because it was basically my outlet. So
Every time you do any art in a call with me now, I'm gonna be like, all right,
Are you
Bonnie,
okay?
shit. About Bonnie, what's up? Are you doing okay there, buddy?
Yeah. So then we fast forward further in, because when I started drawing, I was like, I don't know, maybe 10, something like that. So fast forward to, I think it was about age 15, and I was in. We got this new teacher for our arts and crafts. So we went there, and I won't say the teacher's name, but she was special.
Oh, you can. I'll just censor it. Any names you say.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know if I remember her name. Either way.
I can't remember any of my teachers' names.
Yeah. So we had a new teacher, and at first she seemed okay. But then quickly she turned not okay. So we had this project that we were supposed to draw a specific drawing from a specific angle or perspective. And it was basically a farmhouse from, I don't know the English word for it, but it's like from below, so you look up towards the house. And we were supposed to draw that, and we had 4 different classes, all specific to that one drawing. So in the first lesson, we would do a part of it, and then in the next lesson, we'd do the next part, and she'd teach us. Now, I'm a quick learner, especially when it comes to drawing, because I love it, and as I said, I've done it for a lot of years by then. And in one lesson, I got bored after about 5 minutes of her explaining how to do it. Because the first lesson, especially at the start, we didn't actually start drawing. She was just explaining the perspective and how to do it, etc., etc. So I got bored very quickly. ADHD moment. So
Yo, same.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I
ADHD
started-
gang.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
I don't know if I have ADHD, so I can't comment.
True. So yeah, I started drawing on my own while she was explaining it. And I started drawing what she told us to. However, once more, ADHD. I cannot, for the life of me, take one drawing in 4 classes. Because I can draw 10 by the end of 1. So I started drawing it. And after about 2 or 3 minutes of drawing, I was already done with the entire project.
Oh
Nice.
my god.
Yeah, so I started drawing more. So we were supposed to draw a farmhouse, specifically that, nothing else, right? In a specific, what's it called, perspective. And I did that in about 2-3 minutes, and then I got bored again. So I started drawing buildings in the background, and a farmhouse quickly turned into a city.
Holy shit.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
And that was in one lesson, and she went through all of us looking at what we have done the first lesson, and she got so ticked off when she saw that I had made an entire town in one lesson. And you'd think arts and crafts teachers like, oh my god, this kid has potential. Let's try and like dig into this so that they can maybe do this as a profession in the future, or that they really love this. No. No, she got pissed off. She was like, you were not supposed to do this, especially not in one class. What are you gonna do now for the duration of 3 classes? I was like, I don't know, draw something.
I'll draw more towns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she got so ticked off. And then rolls up the next day, because we had arts and crafts Tuesday and Wednesdays. Next day, we went back, and to piss her off further, because I was a little shit, I decided to draw another town on the backside of the paper where I'd already drawn one.
Oh
And
my
then at
goodness.
the end of that, intentionally show it her being like, you were so slow, so I did this. In the meantime,
Like, I did all the work you told me to, and I did this.
Yeah, and she got ticked off again, because not only had I failed to make one farmhouse and that alone, I had failed twice because I had made 2 different towns in the same perspective, but completely different buildings and details and everything. And she got so ticked off that she tried to flunk me. She got
You tried to what?
flunk me. Like, she tried to give me the lowest grade, basically,
Right,
fail me in
right.
that
Yeah.
class. Yeah. and because I didn't follow her instructions and I didn't do what she told me to do. So, because I was not very happy with that, because, I love drawing and that was a passion, and she just, absolutely dug into me for doing something I'm passionate about, I went to the principal's office about it, and I talked about her trying to fail me in the class, and that she shouted at me, etc., etc. A week later, we didn't have an arts and crafts teacher anymore, and I am pretty sure that I got her fired.
Holy okay,
You're
wow.
an absolute icon.
The whiplash from that. Oh my
Yeah.
god, you went from okay, the teacher 100% overreacting. If I was in your teacher's position and I walked around and saw that a student, instead of drawing just a fucking barn, drew a town, I'd just look at them like, holy shit.
Yeah, you'd
So
praise
that's
them.
Now, on the flip side, the teacher getting fired? Holy shit!
so
I wasn't
fucking
expecting
funny.
that either.
Yeah, no.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, she wasn't a good teacher. It wasn't just me, it was others too. But, yeah, no, she did not last very long, and that's cool.
Do you think that people were kind of looking for just a reason to get rid of her?
Possibly. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the background. I know she was our arts and crafts teacher, but I don't know. Obviously, she's teaching more classes than just mine, and I don't know if she was doing other classes than just arts and crafts. But so that's why I can't say for certain that I was the reason she got fired. But the fact that she got fired a week after I had gone to the principal about this. And it wasn't a full week either. The next Wednesday, it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then we didn't have school during the weekend, and then on Monday she wasn't there anymore. So
Right.
Yeah. So I think it could have been me, because you don't want a teacher that discourages something that you're good at. Imagine if you go to singing classes, and you outshine all of the students, and they're like, "Nah, you're too good. No, get out. You're
You're going to showing a teacher a film you made, and then going it's fucking gay.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that could have been a reason, but definitely, it could have been more people. Specifically, she only taught arts and crafts. There's potentially other shit she did with the other classes that they also complained. I honestly don't really know, but I thought it was really, really funny, because I get her point of view of having a student and you give them a task and they don't do it the way you asked. I get that, but you also want to encourage them, because you're in school to learn, sure, but you're also there to find out what you want to do with the rest of your life. And if you see a student who is really enjoying something and is good at it, you'd want to encourage them. But she wanted to fail me in the class. I was like, I'm not having that. I'm going to the principal's office. So, the long story short, dick teacher got fired, and I got an A in arts and crafts.
Hey,
Yeah.
W.
Yeah, W.
I never got any teachers fired, but I did argue with a lot of teachers. I wasn't even the little shit kid. I was a fairly goody two shoes kind of student. I was kind of in the middle. I would never do my homework, and I wouldn't usually give a fuck. And I'd get distracted pretty easily in class. One time, I was talking to Penny in an English class, didn't realize that the rest of the class went silent and were waiting for me to finish up my conversation. I realized, look up at my teacher who's staring at me, and she says, "Are you finished?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, I guess so." But, this other guy, my music teacher at the time, fucking hated me, because I acted like such a know-it-all prick. Constantly.
Yeah.
If there was a single thing I didn't agree with, even if I didn't know if it actually was right or not, I would just I'd look at him and go, well, that doesn't make much sense. And I'd tell my teacher how he was wrong. Which, okay, maybe now, if I went back and I listened to what he was saying, maybe I would have a different take.
Yeah.
But I fucking hated this teacher. And I'm pretty sure he hated me back. Man, it was genuinely like every lesson he'd say something and I would just try. I just fucking make his day a living hell.
Yeah.
I only feel kind of bad, but also if I ever had the chance to do it again, I would totally do it again.
Honestly, if I knew about that and I got to like live that, but it's me instead in that exact situation, I'd say you're the better student than I would be, because if I was having a conversation with a friend and I noticed that the teacher is just staring at us, everyone else is quiet, and she asks, "Are you done?" I honestly, being the class clown that I was, I'd honestly just go, "No, give us 5 more minutes," and then continue talking.
See, a part of me wants to do that as well, but I don't know. I'm a goody two-shoes with like a kind of, I want to be like the cool kid kind of personality.
I love the
that is a total dickhead. I do feel kind of bad. Teachers don't always deserve that kind of treatment. Yeah. It's not like I wanted to constantly have a fight with that teacher. I just didn't like him.
Yeah.
And if he's ever listening to this, I didn't like you. And I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I have a similar story. Okay, so thank God I don't have this fucking teacher or this fucking class anymore. So at the beginning of the school year, I'm in my senior year. I was allowed to apply for work experience. I got the class. School rolls around. I still don't have a fucking job. So I walked in there and I was told immediately by the teacher who's running that class, "You gotta switch this out because you don't have a job." You can probably imagine I was really upset with myself because I don't have a job, but you know what? At this point, I really don't give a fuck if I don't have, like, a regular job here in America because I hate capitalism. But that's besides
fuck capitalism.
Yeah, fuck capitalism, even though that's what my fucking show runs off of. Anyways,
fuck
that's
capitalism.
Completely
Go donate to the Sassaline Patreon.
Yeah, anyways, that's completely besides the point. So I had to switch out my class. The only 4 options I had were 3 arts classes, which I got all the credits for my arts classes, and I was already taking 2 this year. So the only other class I had was a career technical education course. This was something I really did not want to fucking take, but I could not take anything else. It was a child development class, which the career pathway for that was like education and shit. So, but since I walked in there, that teacher always felt like really off to me. Y'all need to keep in mind, I am a person who has a 504 plan, and a 504 plan is like a separate IEP plan where it says I can do things like independently, but I do need like extra help. I do have like really bad anxiety and paranoia.
I was gonna say, I have no fucking idea what that is. What words you just said.
So basically an IEP plan in America, I don't know if they have it anywhere else, but basically an IEP plan is like, for people who quote unquote need extra help. I don't want to say it like that though, because it's basically for people with disabilities who, just need like, who need that extra assistance, but they can obviously like still do some things on their own, but they need a little bit of assistance to help them. I heard like a lot of rumors that this teacher was who kind of like infantilized, disability. And I could kind of see that with the way I was being treated. Like, I was always talked down to in, like, very simple terms. It was, like, I was asked, like, a long string of simple questions whenever I said, like, one fucking thing. It was so it actually fucking pissed me off because I am not I may be dumb. I'm not fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then,
I am, however.
And then the last straw I had with that teacher was, since this is a child development class, have you guys ever seen, like, those hyper-realistic robot babies?
Yeah,
and
what the fuck did you just say to me?
I feel like only
realistic
hyper-realistic robot babies, and they fucking feel real too.
Babies. Wait, I actually think I remember you talking about, because you messaged me at some point.
Yeah, I messaged you
when I just had the worst fucking day of my life.
When I had a fucking anxiety attack because I did not want to touch that fucking thing. Those things are really fucking loud, and anything that's like
this picture. They plugged their iPhone into it.
Oh god.
What picture? I don't see it.
Fuck?
Okay, but anyways, these babies are really fucking loud when they cry, and
yeah,
I don't like things that are like supposed to be human but they're not. That kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
Gonna turn into a cyborg just to scare Jess.
Oh my fucking god. I actually would punch you.
Turn into cyborg.
But yeah, I had a really bad anxiety attack from that. And that was kind of my last straw. Because ever since that, I started being like infantilized a lot more. And
I kind of regret making that joke now.
And she was, like, more careful with me for some reason. Like, she even told the people I was sitting with, one of them was, like, a close friend of mine. She's like, can you keep an eye on this person and make sure they're, like, okay at all times? Girl, I understood every fucking thing, every fucking word in that sentence. Like, don't fucking pretend that I'm not gonna fucking blow up on you right now.
Yeah, that's really annoying.
Yeah. So I thankfully switched out of that class because my school counselor and the dean allowed me to switch out and become an aide for a teacher that I like and who didn't even have an aide that year. So I'm doing better now. I don't feel like I wanna like pass away at the end of my school day.
Yeah.
Jess is gonna do that meme where they like hold out their two fingers and like a reverse peace sign and go like peace out, and then they just disappear.
I've never seen that one.
Wimp. You have. I'll send it later. I don't care enough to send it right now.
You have. Even if you haven't, you have.
You have.
I will show
I may have. I'm
have.
probably way too tired to remember. That's probably why I just went on like the most like long-winded speech ever. Because God, I hate that fucking
like
teacher.
That.
Oh, there was also another
really
time,
quirky.
I'm just remembering this, when she gave out an assignment that was apparently both digital and physical. Like, everyone did the physical part, and, she told us the digital part was, like, an outline for our physical part, but then she fucking, like, she was hypocritical about it much later, because, she's like, you were supposed to do the digital part and the physical part, and a lot of people had like a C or a D in that class, which if you're not American, that's like an average to almost failing.
Yeah, we have the A to F system here.
We had the A to F system, but then they're like, no, numbers work better.
Yeah, I don't get that. They're trying to get rid of the A to F system.
9, jeez.
Yeah, so like a 4 is a pass. Anything below a 4 is a fail, and like anything above a 4 is just a better pass, basically.
No, here it's like it's just 1 to 4. So from like.
Oh really?
Yeah. Fucking what is it? I know they're implementing it in some California schools, but at the school I go to, it's really mixed. Because some teachers like it, some teachers don't. I think it's honestly kind of stupid. Because what's the average supposed to be? The average doesn't, like, equate to, like, a full number.
Yeah. I think for us it would be 3. So the way we would do it, right now we have, A, B, C, D, E, F, right? And F is you're failed. And E is just barely, succeeding. So you'd have, like, 1 is A, 2 is B, 3 is C, etc., etc. Mm-hmm. So we had it like that, but 1 to 9, that's interesting.
I don't know how our grading system works, and I don't want to or care to know. I couldn't give 2 shits.
Which number between 1 to 9 is supposed to be the median, though? That's why the A to F system works, because it's above passing, average, below average, and then failing. That's so fucking dumb. Anyways, you know what? I don't know. We should segue into something else.
We should segue to... Well, I was actually going to ask one last thing. That is, do any of you remember, like, any of your teachers' names? Because I don't remember shit.
Yes.
See, here's the thing. I won't say where I'm from, because that's classified. But I will say that where I'm from, it's not very common to call your teachers by their last name. It can actually be seen as very rude, because a lot of times if you do, they will ask you to call them, like, being like, oh, I'm gonna make up a name right now. Oh, this is Mr. Patterson. And they'd be like, no, please, call me Sheila, or something like that. And then if you'd continue calling them their last name, that could be seen as rude, because they asked you to use their first name. So we use that. So our teachers' last names wasn't as known to us. So I remember some of them due to it being their first name. But it's only a few of them, the ones that really, stuck out. And especially the ones I liked, because those are the ones that I, was put into my mind and remember.
But
yeah, not very common here to call them by their last name. That can be an oofer.
Is it? Do you call them by their last name in America?
Yeah. It's seen as informal if you call them by, like, their first name. Like, obviously, if you see them later on, like, past high school, you can do that. But it's still kind of seen as informal. Like, it's...
I would still say their last name, to be honest. I'd be like, yo, what's up, Mr. White? And he'd go, Jesse.
White. Oh, God, I wanted to say something, but I felt like I would dox myself, even though I'm moving in a few months. I'm not going to be living in California anymore.
You can just, again, say it and I'll censor it. The audience, they don't need to fucking know. I'll let them just try and guess for themselves.
Even though I live like 20 minutes from that city, what is it? I'm gonna leeway back into like remembering your teachers' names from this. I went to a school named after...
I do actually. It's weird. The last two episodes include, like, this one and the last episode we did. As there's this really weird thing where, like, one of us mentions one thing, or, like, one type of topic, and then we kind of go off on that, because my last story also has something to do with schools. Last episode, it was, like, cinemas and shit.
Yeah, and then last episode, we were talking about how we fucking hate the second George Bush and why he did the No Child Left Behind Act. We must stop the terrorist attacks in America. Like, now watch this drive.
My last story is a fucking stool story. So yeah, like, I was taking a shit. No.
Okay, but from there, oh fuck. Were you still speaking? I'm so sorry.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, can I use that elementary thing to, like, leeway into my next thing? So,
oh yeah.
So sorry. I belong to an honor choir somewhere in California. Right now it's like the biggest honor choir in California because it's like 23 people, which is fairly big. Every other choir you see like a few kids who are like in advanced choirs. But anyways, we recently went to something and it was a CMEA, and the CMEA stands for California Music Educators Association. This one was specifically for the county I live in California, so it was only the honor choirs and the bands and the orchestras from California. First off, they started with the junior high honor choir, and I don't know how I was able to remember this man because a lot of my memory from my childhood is like gone. It's not there. I can't remember anything. That's mainly due to depression, but it's gone.
Relatable.
The man who was conducting the junior high choir was actually my band teacher from elementary school from 4th to 5th grade. It was like so surreal seeing this man in the flesh again. And after the whole thing was done, like, junior high went, high school fucking rocked that shit. It was so cool. We all went. I actually walked up to this man and, I was like, hi, I remember you. I was in your elementary school choir and now I'm a senior in high school. He's like, oh my god, that's amazing. Wait, hold on. What instrument did you play? Keep in mind, I was the only kid in that band who actually agreed to play the baritone because everyone else was lame and they didn't want to do it. And if you don't know what a baritone is, it's like a mini tuba. But I said I was the baritone kid, and he immediately, like, remembered me. Because I was the only kid that played it.
Yeah.
And that was, like, such a heartwarming moment. But then, like, a few minutes later, I got sad because I'm like, oh my god, time is going by so fast. Like, I'm gonna be 18 next weekend after recording this.
Yeah, hey, everybody in the chat, Jess's birthday is already passed at this point, but everybody wish Jess a happy birthday.
Yeah! I'm not gonna make the air fryer joke again.
You were not joking. You had the
No, I was
fucking
joking.
tone when you said that.
I was literally joking about someone on this podcast trying to buy me an air fryer because someone in real life already tried to do that. I don't want anyone to buy me.
I'll
We'll get
take
into that.
I'm not gonna buy an air fryer now because I can't take that on I can't take that on an Amtrak.
I actually had something to say about. You were just talking about, like, how you got recognized. Or, no, you recognized somebody else.
I recognized someone else and they recognized me.
Story. Like, yeah, you were in a really cool setting where like, the teacher could kind of look at you and be like, wow, they're now playing the fucking, what was it, baritone?
I'm not playing the baritone anymore. I actually forgot how to play it. I'm in an honor choir.
Well, still, like, they're like, wow, my old student's playing the baritone. Oh, that's so sick. And then the complete opposite experience for me was I was shopping in the in a co-op, which is a fucking British like store.
Mm-hmm.
And this woman came up to me and said, "Hey Jack, do you remember me?" And I looked at her like, "I've never seen you in my life."
Oh my god.
I was like, "I saw you like 2 years ago." And I was like, "I literally do not remember your face. I am sorry. I don't know who you are."
Hey, at least you were honest.
That's so sad.
A lot of people in that situation would go like, yeah, it's you. Yeah, no, I remember you totally. What was your name again?
It'd be so funny if after saying that, they were like, "Okay, I've actually never met you before. I was just testing you," and then walked off.
Oh my god.
That'd be hilarious.
Well, hilarious is definitely a word for it. That'd be creepy.
That's actually really
being like, no, I
funny.
just tested you.
I was just grabbing some mac and cheese, and she was like, "Hey, do you remember me?" And
What kind of mac and cheese?
didn't.
What kind of mac and cheese? I need
it's
to know
I'd
this
never
now.
met her before.
What kind of mac and cheese? I need to know this now.
Just
This is
there's different
important.
types of mac and cheese.
Yes, you
It's
get it
fucking mac and
boxed. You get it
cheese.
in those fucking stupid ass microwavable cups. I feel like that's only an American thing because Americans are very microwave friendly.
No, when you say hold on, when you say a cup, what do you mean?
What is it?
You see, have you heard of this thing called a cup?
No, because
No, they put them in like
okay,
these
you.
little.
I see what
these
you
little
mean.
microwavable
Like a fucking
bowls.
pot, like a pot noodle.
Yeah, they either have them in boxes, cups, all the artificial shit, and then you have homemade mac and cheese. Which honestly, that is the best mac and cheese in my opinion, especially if you bake it in the oven.
We have like. No, we get it in like more tubs. I'd say it's kind of like ice cream tubs actually, but not as deep.
You guys get it frozen?
And a lot of we get it chilled. No, okay. I say like imagine the ice cream tubs.
I've seen that here too.
Yeah. There is one fucking. I'm gonna slander them now. Fuck you, Heinz. You've genuinely made the worst mac and cheese I've ever tasted. It smelled like puke and tasted even worse. It was.
I've never had
awful.
Heinz
Oh
mac
my
and
God.
cheese.
Don't.
I didn't know
I
they
will.
made
I
mac
will
and
kill
cheese.
anybody that tries to defend that shit. That was awful.
Oh, that reminds me of something.
You know.
Oh,
Go on.
So, well, I won't disclose where I'm currently at and where I'm from. I will say that eventually I'm going to move to America. And a funny thing...
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, I will. But they have this brand...
Don't even try, Jess. I've
Yeah.
already tried to convince them. It hasn't worked.
Exactly, yeah. No, they have here they have a brand of ketchup, and I'm not even going to say the brand because people will guess where I'm from due to it, because it's very like here. It probably doesn't exist in other places, and that's one of the bad things. I have tried Heinz ketchup, and I am not a fan. And I know that's the ketchup that is more prominent in America, and they do not have my brand. I've already checked there. So I
can't
keep
believe
joking that once I've moved to America, I'm gonna have to once a month fly back here just to get ketchup because I
Heinz
refuse.
is good.
No,
Their ketchup is good.
no.
Okay, honestly, Heinz ketchup is better than probably their mac and cheese. Cause God,
Yeah.
I didn't even know they
they're-
made mac and
oh,
cheese
ugh.
until today.
It's
Honestly.
tinned and it's awful.
I can, Jack, you can bleep this out, but basically, the ketchup that I'm talking about, which is gonna get bleeped, is ketchup. Now that,
Oh,
Never
I
heard
sure,
of
I
that.
sure do love ketchup. I sure do love having to make future me edit out future ketchup.
I love how I managed to confuse you with ketchup.
Fucking okay.
Short circuit
I'm
there.
an idiot. Fucking. Should I say this last story or should I save this for the next podcast? Because we are nearly at the end of it. Like we're at the
Already?
52-minute mark. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh shit,
flies
time
by,
does
dude.
fly by.
yeah, I definitely have more stories that I could tell that I've thought about now that we talked about. Especially mine are very much related to school a lot, but stories.
Oh, you
nonetheless.
tell it then. I can tell my story. I can wait another month to tell it. Because I'm always on the podcast. So yeah, no.
I wanna be
Bonnie,
on it
you
next
go
time.
No,
too.
no,
I
it's
wanna be
more
on the
than
next time,
one
too.
story. Is the thing. So,
That's fine. Go on.
oh, okay. Well, one of them is related both to the mac and cheese one and to school one. It's basically two stories in one, I suppose. So once our class, we would in school, I think it was 8th grade. Actually, no, it might have been 9th grade. Either way, we held a shit ton of discos. And
Yo,
you know,
school discos were the shit.
yeah, and we
You guys
Hell
call them
yeah.
school
Yeah.
discos?
They weren't like proms. They were
Yeah.
like I only had them in primary school. Like when I got to high school, it was like they never fucking happened.
Yeah.
But like yeah, no, in primary school we'd go in and like in the hall they'd have like a shit ton of music playing and
yeah,
food.
and food, candy.
It sucked. It
and
was
we-
awful, but it was
Oh,
great.
they don't have that here. It actually fucking sucks. But Bonnie, you can continue. I can go on after that, maybe.
Bonnie, don't
Yeah.
move to America. They don't even have fucking.
Don't move to
cool
America,
discos.
it's
I
full of
will.
white
I
people.
will make them have it. Don't worry. Anyways,
Hell yes.
so we, yeah, yeah. So we would have these themed ones, like Halloween disco stuff like that, just to raise money. And by the end of the school year, we had raised enough money to go the entire trip on a 1-week vacation to any country, basically. And we went to a country called Macedonia, and it was so amazing there. But their pizzas, however, nothing bad with their pizzas, but they were so small, right? And this ties together with the mac and cheese because, fun fact about me, I hate cheese. With a burning passion.
Loser.
I know, right? Anyways, so they had these cheese pizzas there, and I decided, why not? I don't know what caused me to do it. I think it was that they had nothing else that I recognized on their non-translated menu. So I just picked that because I saw cheese. I recognize that word. So
Cheese, that thing I don't like. I'll eat it.
exactly. I was starving, right? So it took me 4 pizzas to get full. And that's not me being fat. I am fat, but that they didn't make you full at all. And that's one of the funny things there. I bought 4 pizzas for the same price that you could buy 1 pizza here. Which was really funny. Everything there is super cheap. It was amazing. And then
So they're just cheap but small.
yeah, basically. Like they're not super small, but they're definitely smaller than they are here, and probably also in other countries. And while we were there, this is a different topic, but I thought it was a good idea to impress some people, while also being a really, really dumbass. So we were there. We had a hotel. Yeah, we had a hotel, and either some people were lucky enough to get like one like apartment house kinda in the hotel, a room. If you were lucky, you would be one in one room, but sometimes you'd be up to 3 people in one room for that week. And I got sorted with my best friend at the time, so that was pretty fun. However, we had 2 keys. He was out, and I had just locked myself out of the thing. And I had a phone, but not a Macedonian SIM card. So I couldn't call him at all because my reception didn't work there. So I was stuck outside. And we were on the top floor, and I think it had like 10 stories or something. I thought, this is a really good time to impress some people that I wanted to be my friends. Some cool kids. And I did it in the most stupid way I could. I was like, I'm determined to get into this apartment because I don't know when my best friend will be back. So I climbed out a window. I climbed onto the roof of the apartment. And
This is already a great start.
it's a great start.
Oh my god.
And then there's like it's a pointy roof, right? So with tiles. So I would slide down the tiles to get closer to the edge of the building. And as I was sliding, I noticed that the railing that was supposed to be there was bent. So I just barely managed to stop myself with one foot on the side of it. And then I started gliding to the side. So I had to grab something. That was very dangerous. And then I decided that why stop there? I'm already almost dead. So I decided to jump from the roof onto the balcony to our apartment because I knew that we never ever close and lock the doors to the balcony since it's the top floor. No one would climb up there. So I jumped from the roof to the balcony and almost missed. But I didn't. And then you think, okay, you survived. Okay, that was bad, but at least you're not stupid enough to do it again to impress more friends. Yeah, I was.
Oh
I did it again.
I love how Bonnie's idea of like impressing people, it's just like she just wants to replicate an episode of like Jackass or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did when I was on vacation. I almost killed myself because impressing friends is very important. Don't listen to me.
Yeah,
Don't
dude,
try
that takes priority over like literally living.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, anyone who's watching this, don't ever do what I did. Ever. Not worth it. Not worth it.
Do
Guess
not
what?
try this
They weren't
at home.
impressed. Yeah, that did not help.
Only very trained professionals and Bonnie does that.
Yeah,
all right?
exactly. And then the other story is connected to, remembering teachers, not so much remembering, like, I remember them, don't get me wrong, but I haven't, like, seen them in years now. So, this is also a fun little story about how I almost died. Well, technically.
Why are there so many fucking stories about you dying? Or nearly dying?
Listen, if you don't first succeed, try again.
Oh my god!
So,
Jesus Christ!
I feel like Jackson have to cut that out.
maybe.
Nah, or maybe. I'll
It's
see when I'm
funny.
editing it.
It's funny. Come on, disclaimer:
is,
don't
but
do
God.
anything of what I've done, and don't take me as
And
an
don't
example.
kill yourself.
Yeah, no. So yeah, we were. This was when I was much younger, and I was with my class. We were at the beach, and there were somewhat windy, but not too bad, and it was sunny. So we all decided to go swimming, and I decided to go on like the bridge thing that is there, and jump at the end of it rather than going on the beach and going down, because I know I'm the kind of person where it's like the second I feel the cold, I want to get out. So if I'm walking down slowly, like most of them, I would just instantly turn back, because the second it hits my toes, I'm going to be like, nope, not doing that. So I went to the end of it. I jumped down because I knew then I have to swim back to shore to get, back up. And by the time I've done that, because it was a pretty long bridge, I would already be accustomed to the cold. So I did that, and when I did that, it decided to start being a lot more windy all of a sudden. And then the waves started coming, and it started pushing me under the water because the wind and then waves just crashing over me constantly. And that's when my body decided, while being underwater, that it'd be really funny if my legs and arms started cramping. So they did.
Oh.
And I could not swim, and I couldn't get to the surface anymore because it kept pushing me down, and I couldn't really use my legs or arms. And
Is this a story where Bonnie just fucking dies?
it actually is, yes. So I'm not actually here. I'm a ghost. Ooh. Anyways,
First Poltergeist podcast.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I full out, I drowned. And this is the part where I'm not conscious anymore, but I've been told what happened afterwards. So my teacher saw that I wasn't coming back up again. So he took off like the essentials, threw his phone on the sand and stuff, took off his watch, but he left his clothes on because obviously that isn't a priority at that moment. And he just ran down the like pier, bridge, whatever, and jumped in and got me, swam me to shore, and then gave me CPR, and I came back. So technically, yes, I was gone for about 2 minutes there, and that, yeah,
Jesus Christ.
and that teacher right there, he is one of my favorite teachers. He was amazing, right? And yeah, he like, if he hadn't seen me, that would have been a completely different story. But yeah, he's one of my favorite teachers. I really, really wish I could meet him again. Both to thank him, even though he didn't ask for my consent. And also, like, just general, like, he was a great
stupid joke.
yeah. But yeah, no, he was a great teacher. Like, he's probably one of the reasons why I was able to graduate in the first place. He helped me a lot.
Because if he didn't save you, you wouldn't be able to do shit.
Listen, we can. He could have made it work. Anyways.
What?
No, but isn't there a movie where they have like a body that they move around?
Wait, yeah, fucking what is it? Last Night at Bernie's or something?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know that
Something
movie.
like that. But
It's just like not Bernie. Last Night at
Freddy?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, yeah.
It's this guy who's fucking dead, and then these two other guys have to like pretend that he's alive. I don't. It's really weird to explain.
Yeah.
You've definitely seen it parodied in media before.
Probably. But yeah, no. So yeah, I want to meet him, thank him, but I also, just in generality, like, he was my favorite teacher, definitely like the best teacher I had ever had. And all jokes aside, like, I would not have made it through school if it wasn't for him. He helped me a lot. I have a lot of different disabilities, and he was like a special teacher for, like, that was basically not a special teacher, but he had a lot of education with helping kids that had a lot of disabilities. And he was such an amazing person. I really wish I could meet him again. He's probably one of the only teachers I honestly remember. I know one more that was also pretty good that I remember somewhat, but he's definitely the one that like sticks out. He would go like above and beyond. Like, he'd help me in class. If he noticed that I was alone during recess, he would sit with me or play a game with me. We'd play chess in the library. Like, he was just so amazing. I really wish I could meet him again. Probably will never happen though, sadly.
If I could meet any of my teachers again, I'd meet the one I'd constantly argue with, just to argue with him some more. About something that, like, even if I agree with him, I just argue with him about it. I just want to make his life a living hell one last time.
Oh my
Of
god.
course, as one wants to, of course.
Speaking of meeting teachers again, what is it? I think this was maybe my sophomore year of high school. Me and my mom went to the DMV. I think this was I think this was a little bit before lockdown too. I was waiting in like the front of the DMV, and the guy who was what is it? He was like taking people in and like directing them to where they need to be. That was my 6th grade teacher. And it was so weird seeing him working at the California DMV. Cause bro, that's like a state level thing. Like, I mean, I think he's still working there, and I think he lives on the street where my grandma is. Like, hey, at least he's making bank now.
Hey.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I mean, hey, that seems like a better ending than ever.
Yeah.
We've been going on for about, like, just over an hour now.
Yeah.
And also, Jess, we have a shit ton of work to do.
Yeah, we got work to do. We're gonna work on my show.
Hey, look at that. We've done another. We're recording this on the 4th of February.
Look at that. I got through another podcast episode. Yay!
Yo!
I finally speaked
Okay,
again.
now you're not going to see Jess again for another 2 years.
No, shut up. I want to be on the next podcast too.
That's just rude. You're just
You know
hogging
what?
up
No.
all the space.
How about I just do like April or May instead? No, I actually feel like I'm never gonna be free April or May.
You've kind of got a lot of stuff going on. Huh?
I'm not gonna be free for the rest of February, the rest of March, April, May. I graduate in June. I will be free June, and then I can talk about how
So what
fucking
you're saying is
shit
3 years
high school
from now.
was. No.
Basically, to all the listeners, you have until June to enjoy the episodes without Jess.
Damn.
I'm sorry, that's really mean.
If I ever get the time, I probably will show up again. Until then, donate to my Patreon.
Hey!
I'm stealing your
No self-promotion.
Patreon money.
No self-promotion. Yeah, alright, okay, now you guys can do self-promotion because we're gonna end the episode.
Hey guys, go check me out on http something. No, my Twitch is Bonnie Mystic, and so is my YouTube. If you go on my YouTube, it's easier to find. It's at Bonnie Mystic. You will also find links on my YouTube for all my other socials if you want to go and check that out.
Once again, I'm Jess. My Twitter username is forgetme_not with a K _. You can find my
I completely misspelled that last time while recording.
Ah, damn. Anyways, you can find my NeoCities link there. I have like links for all my shit there. What is it? Also, please give me a follow for my birthday on Twitter because, like, bro.
Guys, I think I'm the one who's popping off on Twitter the most. I mean, not to brag or anything, because I would never. I'm too humble. Anyways, I have about like 0 followers, so I think I'm I'm at the top of the chain here, and so I think you guys should bow down to me.
You don't need to follow me anywhere. Actually, that's a lie. Go follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/JackIntoshLive. And also, more importantly, if you want to support the podcast or the channel, like the Film Torch of Me episodes, you want to get a bunch of bonus features, including high-quality artwork of Film Torch of Me thumbnails and Signal Received thumbnails, go over to the Satellite Patreon, and it is $2 a month. And you just need to do it once. If you want to do it once, watch all the content, and then leave, you can. But you'll also get your name in the Signal Received video credits. So yeah.
Yeah, capitalism!
Go do that. We have somebody in the credits now, actually.
Oh,
it's
awesome.
so nice finally making the podcast and not having that last frame be like, hey, donate to the Patreon and you can get your name here. Now somebody's actually there. Thank you, Binya TV. I appreciate it.
Thank you. They will forever be in our hearts.
All right. Thanks. What? Thank you for listening to this episode of Signal Received.
Thank you.
Hope you had a lovely Valentine's Day. If you didn't, well, don't worry.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
There's more to come.
You don't have HIV instead, which I think is a good trade-off for not having bitches.
It's great.
See you next
Imagine
month
not
for the
having
next Signal
bitches.
Received episode. Imagine having bitches.
I already do. Shut up.
Thank you for having me.
It's so
Bye-bye.
hard to end these episodes. Yeah. Hopefully we'll see Bonnie again. All right.
Oh, you
Have a
will.
good day, everybody, and see you next episode. Goodbye.
See you next episode. Bye.
Bye.